Napoleon Bonaparte was born on the small island of Corsica, far from the grand courts of Europe. Yet from an early age he carried an unshakable belief that he was meant for greatness. Trained as an artillery officer, he rose through the chaos of the French Revolution, not by noble birth, but by sharp intelligence, relentless discipline, and a rare ability to inspire loyalty. Soldiers trusted him because he marched with them, ate their food, and remembered their names. To many, he seemed less a man than a force of nature. His victories came swiftly. At battles such as Austerlitz, Napoleon defeated larger armies through speed, deception, and bold strategy. Europe watched in awe as kingdoms fell and borders were redrawn. He crowned himself emperor, convinced that only he could bring order to a continent long ruled by fragile monarchs. Laws were standardized, merit was rewarded, and France became the heart of a new political vision. These achievements secured his place in history, yet buried within Napoleon's brilliance was his tragic flaw, an unwavering pride that slowly hardened into arrogance. Success convinced him that his instincts were infallible. He began to ignore advisors who once balanced his judgment. Caution felt unnecessary to a man who had bent nations to his will. Every triumph fed the belief that limits did not apply to him. This flaw reached its peak in 1812, when Napoleon invaded Russia. Confident that fear alone would force surrender, he led his massive army deep into hostile territory. The Russians retreated, destroying supplies and refusing battle. Distance stretched his forces thin. Winter arrived early and without mercy. Hunger, disease, and freezing cold destroyed what enemy weapons could not. By the time Napoleon ordered retreat, his great army was already broken. Though he returned to power briefly, the illusion was gone. At Waterloo, Napoleon relied on old tactics and underestimated his enemies. Defeat was final. Exiled to the lonely island of St. Helena, he spent his last years reflecting on his life. He remained convinced of his greatness, yet history judged him more harshly. Napoleon's story endures because it reveals a timeless truth. Greatness can lift a man higher than any throne, but unchecked pride can bring even the most powerful figure to ruin.